All right, hello, buddies and friends. Welcome back to another episode of Decrypting Movies. This is episode number 27. You're watching Medley with Mary, and I'm Mary Dawson. In today's episode, we're going to talk about nocturnal animals, and this is a very interesting and mysterious movie. So, it's a thriller drama, but I think it's kind of mostly drama, but narration and the screenplay is portrayed in a thrilling way. So yeah, so it's available in Amazon subscription, and it's 7.5 rating IMDB. So yeah, it's above 7, so it's a very good movie. And as usual, before we talk about the movie, we'll watch the trailer. And I hope my audio is great. And it's 7.5. Yep, it's great. Let's watch the trailer.
Edward? Hi.
Susan, hi.
Good to see you.
You look beautiful, as always. Do you know that you were my first crush?
You were my first crush, too.
Don't do this. He's too weak for you. The things you love about him now are the things you will hate.
I really wanted to be this person that you thought I was.
When you love someone, you have to be careful with it. You might never get it again.
My ex-husband used to call me a nocturnal animal.
I didn't know you had an ex-husband. Did you love him?
I did something horrible to him. I left him in a brutal way.
What are we gonna do?
It's a question of how serious you are about seeing justice done.
You're crazy. You're making a big mistake.
I'm gonna live to regret this.
It's gonna be rough for him out there, not knowing how it's gonna come.
Nobody gets away with what you did. Nobody.
Okay, it's a not so revealing trailer, but yeah. So the movie is really unique and fresh because you can see it's one of those concepts that has not been told in many stories, and the writing in this movie is absolutely wonderful. So basically, it's a story within a story. So we have Susan. So the movie opens with Susan, who's an art gallery opener, and she gets a package. Vaishnav Shri Ganesh, hi, good evening, thank you. So she gets a package, and in that package, she has this manuscript of a book that his ex-husband had written, and before he is publishing the book, he wants her to read. So Susan is now married to a different person, and their marriage is not well. So the new husband is cheating on her. So this is the life of Susan currently, and in this situation, the book comes to her. The manuscript comes to her. It's basically a novel, thriller novel. So she's kind of lonely because her husband has gone to work, which in turn is he's having an affair with another woman. But she's kind of she knows this stuff and all, but so she feels so lonely, and she starts reading the book, and the book is now whatever she reads, we get to visualize. I mean, we get to see it as a movie, because what's happening in the book is portrayed as a movie in the movie within a movie. That's why I kept the title as a movie inside a movie. So yeah, so what happens in the inside movie is that there is a husband, wife, and a daughter. So they three are going to a place, basically a road trip, and it's in the middle of the desert at night. When they are traveling, they are encountering three thugs, basically, and these guys are like, they are making the vehicle stop, and eventually they kidnap the wife and the daughter. And this guy has been left to abandoned in a place where there is nothing, right? So he doesn't know the place, and he's abandoned in the middle of the desert, and he somehow runs away, and he contacts the police, and next day he says that he was his wife and daughter was kidnapped by these three guys who were in the middle of the road, and they were like, those are the scenes you were seeing behind me. Yeah, so the cop and the husband, after a year, they work together and somehow get all those guys who are responsible for this kidnapping. So basically, the wife and the daughter gets murdered, raped and murdered, and they want to bring justice whoever did this to them. And this is the story of the novel that the ex-husband of Susan has written. So yeah, so as she reads this, it's very hard for her because the content is kind of disturbing, right? And it has a very sad ending, so it affects her. And she kind of realizes that this novel is going to be a good novel because the story is good, fresh content, and it's kind of dark, emotional. So she's kind of proud of her ex-husband, for writing such a novel. And they have a backstory, so we see scenes where they were getting, they were falling in love, getting married. Her mother was not accepting their love, but still she married, and eventually the marriage fails and she leaves him. So she cheats on him and she leaves him. So that's Susan. And even they had a child, but she had an abortion without telling him, Edward. So Edward is the ex-husband. So it's kind of pretty much she did something bad to her ex-husband, and the husband Edward takes revenge by writing this novel. So the story in the novel is the revenge. So you will not find it out when you watch the movie, but this is kind of some understanding that you need to be smart in understanding movie. So there is a movie within a movie, right? So the writing is clever here, right? So they have made a purpose and given a motive for the inside story as well. So basically, the husband takes revenge of the wife by killing the wife and daughter in the story. So he's indirectly saying that I have gone over yes, we were married and you divorced me, kind of you left me alone, and this is how I'm taking revenge. I'm writing a story where in the story I'm like very affectionate towards my wife and daughter, and they get kidnapped and they get killed. So that's all. So those characters were not just story characters but my real life characters, because she abortioned their child, right? So he didn't even come to know about this, so only after few days or few months he came to know about this. So it's kind of a revenge story that he has written as a novel. And yes, the climax will be very confusing for people, because even I was confused and I looked up and I understood. Okay, so yes, you cannot get it directly when you watch the movie. You have to watch the movie and re-watch the movie. So that's where the writing and the way the movie is made is amazing, right? So you have a good concept, a story within a story, a movie within a movie, but how will you convey it in in the screenplay or narration? So coming to narration and screenplay, so they have there is clear differentiation between what we are seeing in the actual movie and the movie within the movie. So the most of the novel events happen in a desert, so it's completely outdoor shoots, and it's kind of bright and full of brightness. But the scenes where the actual movie is happening, where Susan is living in this room, so she's kind of art gallery owner, right? So everything in her house is kind of modern, artistic, and it's kind of pitch dark. So she lives in a house where it's far beyond and away from the city, and it's kind of a very deserted place, and it's completely dark. The scenes where she appears, the cinematography is kind of dark, but the movie within the movie where the husband loses his wife and daughter on this road trip, so that's fully bright, and it's a different cinematography there. So that differentiation was amazing, because there's two stories going on parallelly, and also the screenplay switches between past and present. So we see the story from the novel, and we see the backstories of Susan and Edward, basically his ex-husband, and also we get to see his current husband is cheating on her, and even her daughter is not very affectionate with her. So she's having a very lonely life right now, and she's kind of feeling or regretting that she should not have divorced Edward. So yes, a lot of these are captured through cinematography. So even the cinematography is a character here, and yes, it's an amazing movie. So I think for writing, you should watch once, and for cinematography you should watch once, and to actually understand the movie you have to watch once. So it's kind of 3 times worth watching, and definitely I would like to watch it again. I watched once, so I'll definitely watch it again. So there are 2 movies, so it's like you buy a ticket for 1 movie and you get to watch 2 movies, right? So that is amazing. Hi Aaron, hi. I'm just reading now. Vaishnav, Shiv Ganesh, what happened, bro? Was my okay? Pretty much what no, she did something bad to her ex-husband, and the husband Edward takes revenge by writing this novel. So the story